Hi friends, today we are going to create a self-portrait. I will stop the video an awful lot today. I am going to show you some things and I'll stop and show you, stop and show you. What I would like for you to get out of today is to understand how we set up a face. The face is really important, so just a quick view. We have our oval head, our neck and body. Our neck usually comes out over here, but we're gonna do a simple one, not quite realistic, but not super cartoonish. But I do want you to understand how to set up a face. So if I have an oval, you'll understand like right halfway down, I'm going to begin my eyes, and my ears go right at the top of that line. And the reason why we go halfway down is imagine that a lot of the times people start their eyes way, way, way up here, and then they have all that space for their hair. And then look where their chin is. They have this big, huge chin ends up being. But if you start your eyes halfway, then you have area for your hairline. Most of us have our hair come down somewhat onto our forehead. So if you were to touch right now, touch the top of your head, then you'll have that much hair. You'll have a good 2 to 3 fingers from the top of your head all the way to your forehead. So this area is actually hair. You'll see that hair, and you'll see it as we start to plug things in. So our eyes are halfway, and then from halfway from our chin to our eyes is our nose, and then another half from our nose to the chin is our mouth. So let's start setting up our face. Now, I had said an oval. So if you can draw, I like to go around and around until I get a nice motion, and then I'm like, oh, that's a good shape. And there's my oval. So now I'm going to go ahead and draw my 2 lines for my neck. And again, this is a little straighter than a realistic neck, but like I said, we're gonna do somewhat cartoon, somewhat realistic. We'll have some fun with it. So I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna get a collar. If you want a V neck, you're gonna make a V. I'm gonna do just a turn, a little collar like that. And then all I'm gonna do is just go ahead and draw my shoulders here, right off the paper. So then we've got that body set up. Okay, so we said halfway. Okay, so halfway are our eyes. So right there is where my eyes are gonna be. And ideally, you're gonna have almost an eye in between. So on that area, I'm just gonna draw 2 circles for my eyes. So when I get my 2 circles, and this is simple, I'm gonna draw a hump over one eye, and then I'm gonna draw a hump under the other eye. 1 hump over, 1 hump under. And then I've got my 2 eyes set up. I can go 1 more line over the top, make some eyelids, and another one over the top of that. And that one's a little bigger than that one, and it's okay. Sometimes things like that happen. We're not gonna worry about it too much. I just want you to have fun and just try and learn how to draw a face. So here we go, we'll start off with the nose. Okay, for our nose, what helps me figure out where my nose placement is sometimes I'll draw a nice light line going right down the middle, and it helps me break up my face into the quarters too. So we had our line going across from our eyes. So we know that from the eyes to our chin, halfway down is where our nose is. And that's usually where the end of your nose kind of comes through. And then before we move on to our nose, I forgot about our eyebrows. So all that is an arch, and you can either draw the whole full eyebrow, or you can just draw a nice thin line. And then I've got my 2 eyebrows. Now my nose, I'm going to draw it to give the illusion that it's trying to come off the page. Our nose sticks out off of our face. So we're gonna do the same thing with our nose on the paper. We'll try. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start my line, and it's gonna kind of come up almost where my eyebrow is. It's gonna go into that center line. And then as I start to come down here, that's when I'm gonna start taking my nose and curving it out. And I usually do a nice thin line. So that way it goes in, it comes out. I might curve it up here a little bit more, a little erase spot right there. And then don't forget that curve on the inside of your nose right in through there too. Okay, now for our lips. So our lips are located halfway between our nose and our chin. I like to draw a line that represents how wide my mouth is. This line is also my middle line. It's where my mouth would open. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a smile, so I'm gonna smirk it just a tiny bit. And then my bottom lip is just a connector. So this right here, I'm just gonna go from one corner and then come and meet it there. If I wanted my mouth open, all I have to do is just draw a third line, but I'm gonna have my mouth closed. And then that middle part, I'm gonna think about how my lips are. I have very thin lips. So what you might wanna do is take a look at your self in the mirror and see what kind of lips that you may have. So that I have very, very, very thin lips. All right, let's move up here, back up here. My ears are curved and go through. All I'm doing is almost like a C, and they almost come down even with my nose. Okay, if you want some eyelashes, you just curve right there. You can put your pupils in. Remember that little shine we talked about? Put it in that one. So there is my head set up. All right, so now as far as my hair is concerned, I always try to tell everyone that your hair is a shape. It is not, you do not want to draw 1,000 pieces of hair. It is a shape. And my hair is very, very curly and long. So I want to think of it as a shape. So I know my hair parts on that side. So I know right about here is where my hair parts. And remember what I said, that area right there, right? That's the top of your head, and your hair comes down in front on top of that head a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna just do a little bit of a wave, and I'm gonna put the hair in front of that line. And so that goes front. This one, I'm gonna put the hair behind that ear. And again, it's wavy and it goes behind. Okay, so now my hair is, now I'm gonna draw the outside of my hair. So again, my hair is very long and very wavy. So it goes behind my shoulders. I could have a few of them later on go on my shoulders. And then this one's the same thing. It just gets wavy and that line starts to go down there. And then I can start playing around. So you can see how my hair is a shape, okay? And we can go in later on. And since I drew it nice and light, we have like a fun saying, draw it light till you get it right. I can go ahead and erase that headline because you don't see my head under my hair. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do is, all I'm gonna do is just do some lines here. And these are called highlights. And I just make maybe a wave here, a wave here, a wave. And so earlier I had said, remember, we don't want to draw every single hair. That would, one, take a lot because we have thousands and thousands of hairs in our head. But we want to draw a few of them. And there is my semi-self. I could go ahead and fix up and play around with my shirt. I could make it a collar. I could put some circles on my shirt. I almost look like I have a spaceship shirt. My armpits are gonna be like right about there. So there is your self-portrait. Oops, I'm gonna erase my ear because you really can't, you're not supposed to be able to see my ear. My hair is in front of it, right? Okay, so there is my self-portrait. I do wear glasses, so if you're someone who wears glasses, just think about the shape. So my glasses go right up above my eyebrow. And I think sometimes I always have a hard time drawing my glasses for the most part because I'm trying to figure out how the shape is, and you want them to kind of look a little bit alike. I think that's the hardest part. And then the two lines go back to your ear, and then you have that shape, and then I can kind of play around with erasing a little bit of my nose. All right, so there's my glasses, and I can make sure they go thick. So what you can do with this is you can color it, you can trace it, you can add some designs in the background. It is a practice thing, and we've talked about this a little bit, not too much, but drawing is a practice thing. Definitely go in and start cleaning up all those lines that we made, just nice and light. Have fun with it. I'm gonna go off camera, finish my drawing, finish the picture, and then I'll show you my finished product before I finish the video. All right, here is my finished. I traced it with Sharpie. I left me and my shirt and everything alone, and I decided to put designs around the outside. I just used different line designs and just made a starburst coming out from behind me. So it is up to you how you want to decorate it. I'm gonna let you decide that. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, always email me. If you want to send me a picture that you've drawn, definitely email that to me too. I'll see you next time.